Ever look at something totally ordinary and wonder, how did this even become a thing? Well, get ready to have your mind blown, because today we're diving deep into the surprising, sometimes scandalous, and often hilarious origins of everyday items you thought you knew. Prepare to see your world in a whole new, wonderfully weird light. Let's kick things off with a familiar foe, the treadmill. That relentless machine at the gym, making you sweat and question your life choices. If you've ever felt like you're being punished on it, you're actually not far off the mark. Back in 1818, an English engineer named Sir William Cubitt invented the treadwheel. This wasn't for fitness fanatics, it was a brutal device designed to break the spirits of stubborn prisoners. Imagine endless, monotonous steps, day in and day out. Convicts were forced to climb these giant wheels for up to 8 hours a day, generating power to crush grain or pump water. It was literally called a treadmill because it powered mills. The goal was a monotonous exertion, a psychological torture meant to reform them. This cruel and unusual punishment was so effective at breaking people that Britain actually banned it in 1898. Fast forward to the 1960s, and fitness gurus, perhaps unknowingly, resurrected this Victorian-era torment for our modern pursuit of health. So, the next time you're slogging away on that expensive gym equipment, remember, you're essentially paying for a subscription to a 19th century prison sentence. Who knew your workout had such a dark, historical pedigree? Next up, let's talk about high heels. Today, they're the epitome of elegance, a fashion statement that can elevate any outfit, and your height. But would you believe they were originally designed for rugged, horseback riding warriors? Our journey takes us back to 10th century Persia. Cavalry soldiers needed to stand up in their stirrups to shoot arrows effectively while riding. The solution? A heel that locked their boot into the saddle, providing crucial stability. This ingenious design allowed archers to maintain their balance and aim with precision, even at a full gallop. When Persian diplomats introduced this practical footwear to Europe in the 1600s, it wasn't the ladies who first embraced them. European aristocrats, particularly men, went absolutely wild for them. King Louis XIV of France famously wore red heels to flaunt his status and power. For over a century, heels were strictly a masculine symbol, with higher heels signifying greater importance. Women only adopted them later, perhaps to borrow some of that perceived masculine power and status. So, the next time you slip on a pair of stilettos, remember you're technically donning a piece of ancient combat gear. Talk about a power move. Now for something a little lighter, but no less surprising, bubble wrap. That satisfying, stress-relieving material we all love to pop. Its origin story is a delightful tale of accidental genius and persistent failure. In 1957, inventors Alfred Fielding and Mark Chavon had a grand vision: 3D plastic wallpaper. Yes, you heard that right. They imagined homes adorned with textured, bubbly walls, believing it would be the next big interior design trend. Can you imagine trying to decorate a room with walls you could pop? Unsurprisingly, their wallpaper was a spectacular flop. No one wanted a house that sounded like a perpetual party popper. Undeterred, they tried to market their bubbly creation as insulation for greenhouses. Another swing, another miss. The material sat unused for years, a testament to their quirky, yet commercially unsuccessful, ideas. Then, a stroke of luck. IBM needed a way to safely ship their new, delicate computers. Someone realized this failed wallpaper was the perfect shock absorber. And just like that, the world's most addictive packing material was born, proving that sometimes, failure is just a detour to a brilliant discovery. Let's talk about the humble t-shirt. You probably own several, wearing them casually, comfortably, and without a second thought. But just over a century ago, sporting a t-shirt in public could have landed you in serious trouble for indecent exposure. Originally, t-shirts were strictly underwear. They were the top half of the union suit, a one-piece undergarment popular in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Not exactly a fashion statement. In 1913, the US Navy made a practical decision: they separated the top and bottom of the union suit. This allowed sailors to stay cooler and more comfortable in the sweltering conditions of submarines and ship engine rooms. Still, it was meant to be worn under their uniforms. It wasn't until 1951 that everything changed. A young, brooding actor named Marlon Brando appeared in A Streetcar Named Desire, wearing a tight, plain white t-shirt. The effect was electrifying. Suddenly, this simple piece of underwear became a symbol of raw masculinity, rebellion, and effortless cool. It was an act of defiance against societal norms, transforming a hidden garment into an iconic piece of outerwear. So, next time you throw on a plain white tee, remember you're channeling a bit of that historic, rebellious spirit. And now, for the grand finale, the one that will truly make your jaw drop. The chainsaw. You probably picture it felling mighty trees, or perhaps as a terrifying prop in a horror movie. But prepare yourself, the chainsaw was invented in Scotland in the 1780s for childbirth. Before the advent of safe C-sections, if a baby was stuck during delivery, doctors sometimes had to perform a symphysiotomy. This horrific procedure involved cutting through the mother's pelvic bone to widen the birth canal. Performing this with a knife was agonizingly slow and incredibly dangerous for both mother and child. So, two brilliant, and perhaps slightly terrifying, doctors, John Aitken and James Jeffrey, invented a hand-cranked chain with serrated teeth. Their invention was designed to make the bone cutting faster and less traumatic. Yes, a hand-cranked chainsaw was exclusively a surgical tool for over a century, used to expedite one of life's most delicate moments. It wasn't until much later that someone had the bright idea, hey, this would be great for cutting down trees. So, the most terrifying tool in your garage, the one that makes quick work of logs, started its life in the delivery room. It certainly makes you appreciate modern medicine, doesn't it? Which of these shocking origin stories surprised you the most? Was it the prison treadmill, the warrior heels, the failed wallpaper, the rebellious t-shirt, or the truly wild medical chainsaw? Let us know in the comments below, we love hearing your reactions. If you're hungry for more twisted history and surprising facts, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to FactPop. We've got a whole world of weird and wonderful knowledge waiting for you. Stay curious, stay awesome, and we'll see you in the next video.